Bros here, and today I'm doing another figure review, or toy review, whatever you call it. Today's review is going to be on Varan, from Varan the Unbelievable. So, let's go over his history first. So, to start things off, he first made his debut in the 1958 movie, Varan the Unbelievable, in which, well, what happens is he starts off as an ancient monster sleeping in a lake until he's eventually woken up, and he goes on a rampage in Japan, and he destroys a lot of stuff, and then he fights with the military, and he's eventually defeated. And that's pretty much about the movie. And then after that, he made a cameo appearance in the 1968 movie Destroy All Monsters, in which he, like I said, just made a cameo. And that's pretty much all his history. Well, he did make... There are some ideas for him in some scrapped movies, but that's besides the point. Well, anyways, now let's move on to detail. Now, detail on this guy looks pretty nice, as a matter of fact. I mean, as you can see, all those bumps on his back and on his tail. I've already talked about this, but his tail isn't fully painted, but I'm planning on painting it. These 4 spikes over here aren't painted either, but I'll probably paint them too. His mouth is painted also, and his teeth look individually sculpted, and that's pretty good. And I mean, that's good. His eyes are nicely painted too, and so are his claws. And that's all for detail. Now on to articulation, his arms can do a 360 spin on both sides. And his legs can do a 360 spin on both sides. His head, unfortunately, is a glue seal, and so is his tail, but that's okay. Now let's have the size comparisons. Seeing how this guy's always in my videos, here is... Oh, shit. Well, anyway, here is Godzilla. I'd say this works out. I mean, Varan is always on... Well, maybe not always, but if he was upright, they'd be about the same height. Right, maybe like that, but that wouldn't that'd make him look silly. But I'd say this works. And seeing how I always have this monkey too, here is King Kong. I'd say this works too. I mean, yes, Varan is crawling. Kong crawls too, though, since he's a monkey. But I'd say this works. And finally, rarity. This figure was released a few years ago, maybe a year ago, by Bandai as a part of their movie monster series. So he's not really that rare. It's actually quite popular, actually. So, he's not really that rare. So, history is pretty good. Detail's pretty good. Articulation is pretty good. Sizing is good. And rarity, if you pick him up, good for you. So I give this figure a 10 out of 10. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review.